we're gonna have a good time.
Wait, I like those.
Chicken nuggets, breaded, frozen burritos, flour, ice cream. What about ice cream?
I don't know. Look at the ingredients.
Heavy cream, sugar, chocolate syrup. No, ice cream's good for you.
Hey, we're back with the Jam with Goose and Maverick.
Hey, what's up? That was South Park, and we just found out this week that gluten kills you and shoots your dick off.
Yeah, listen, you have a piece of bread, your dick's flying off real hard.
It's nuts, yeah. The whole thing was basically Ebola, and if you haven't been keeping up, Ebola is... it's like infiltrating America, pretty much. There was one in, I think, New Jersey, Texas, and then, yeah, it's like slowly spreading.
Ebola's not good.
No.
Ebola's something bad. For those of you who don't know what Ebola is, it's not like a cool burrito you get at Taco Bell. Like, it's a deadly disease.
Yeah, it's like Africa's #1 export, and it just sucks, you know?
They have nothing to contribute.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they actually kind of contribute a lot. There's a lot of raw materials out of Africa, but Ebola is one of them, and no. Like, keep your own diseases to yourself. Like,
yeah, all right. So we got a good list of topics tonight. Crankyo is 100% calling in.
Craig.
Unlike last time.
Yeah, freaking.
Because he fell asleep.
What are you, an old man?
Yeah,
man.
But yeah, we got a highlight list, I guess. I don't know.
We got a highlight reel.
we're gonna be talking about some ISIS. We're gonna talk about the Middle East. We're gonna talk about religion and other stuff. So yeah.
But yeah, we're going to recap last week's show about the whole cop block thing, because we got some more material on that. So there's this article about the Fourth Amendment, with like new rights that cops might be able to get if it's passed. A 62-year-old woman got tased. Hell yeah! So like we're going to talk about that. Yeah, let's bring up this article. Tell me a little about it.
All right. Well, pretty much in North Carolina, there's a movement they're trying to make where... Well, okay, first of all, if you plead ignorance to the law where it's like, hey, I didn't know murder was illegal, the courts are going to be like, you know what, he honestly didn't know, he's off the hook. They're trying to make that the opposite way for the police. So let's say the police fuck up when they're arresting you and they do something out of procedure where, like the Miranda clause, like they didn't read you your rights. And then like now they want to say if the cop doesn't know, then let it go, you know, we don't care. Oh, Crankyo's calling in right now. Hold on 1 second. We're going to hook this up.
Let's see if this will work or not. We're using the stuff at the new studio. We're trying the auxiliary cable from an iPhone, so let's see how this works.
The aux cord?
Yep, we're plugged in.
Hello?
Hello?
Hey, what? Oh, there he is, Crank. What's going on?
Crank, how well can you hear us right now?
I can hear you guys perfectly.
That's dope.
Excellent.
Cool. We can hear you perfectly as well. We just brought up
it's working fine.
The Barney Fife article to start off. But how you doing, dude? How's everything been? Tell us about yourself for the new listeners.
It's been good, dude. I've been trying to calm down a little bit from my radical points of view, but
yeah, for people who don't know, Frankio is an American terrorist, pretty much. Mentally.
I wouldn't say terrorist. I would say I'm an advocate for the terribleness of America.
Okay, there we go. Cool. All right. So this kid brought the Barney Fife article to my attention. So why don't you tell us about it, please?
All right. So basically, what's happening is there was an arrest made where a citizen was pulled over for a broken taillight. And once he got pulled over, the cops found a small bag of coke on him. So that coke obviously got confiscated, and that got taken, and once taken to court, it was used as evidence. the only thing that happened is that bag of coke shouldn't have been used as evidence because the law stated that you only need a stop lamp, not taillights. North Carolina never updated their.
First of all, what is a stop lamp? Like what are they dating back to? Like horse and carriage? I don't. What the fuck?
Yeah, like way back in the day, dude, before you needed two taillights, like you just needed a light in the back that would, turn on once you were stopping, basically. So
an oil lamp.
technically, it's obviously a technicality, but the cops are saying that, oh well, the officer didn't know the law, but he was doing, his job in good faith, so it should be allowed. That this should be allowed in court, basically.
Okay. So what do you think of that right there?
It's completely fake because, dude, if you're, you can't go to court and you can't, extreme example, you can't say, oh, I killed someone, but I didn't know I couldn't do that.
Dude, I just said that.
Yeah, we literally just said that.
I said that right before you. Nice.
It's true. Like there's things called ethics.
Let me put it this way though. How about if the cop fucked up, right? But he killed someone and they found the murder weapon and they weren't allowed to use it. Doesn't that suck too, though? Playing devil's advocate.
What do you mean?
Like, let's say instead of a bag of coke, they found a bloody knife and they realized, hey, this guy killed Joe Smith down the street 2 hours before or something, and now they try to bring him to court and they're like, hey, officer, you're a retard. You fucked up procedure, so this murderer gets to go on the loose. Do you think it should change for that or be the same?
Obviously, dude, that would be awful. But the thing is, people are living in fear in America now, because of 9/11 and all the terrorist attacks, dude.
Yeah, it's fucking bullshit.
We're willing to give up our freedoms for that safety,
so quick too, not even a question about it. Just fuck it, do it. You know what? I don't even know what the policies are.
Was this passed?
Or
was it in the works?
I think they're trying to make it work, right?
Yeah, they're trying to get this passed as soon as possible before the public realizes.
It's not passed, is it? Is it, Craig?
No, right now it's in court, but their original court upheld the ruling, and now it's getting taken up the line. It might go to the Supreme Court, and they may have to rule on it.
Oh yeah, that's definitely going to go to the Supreme Court because we're talking amendments. They need to judge if it's constitutional or not.
Dude, the amendments are fucking crazy because if you really think about it, the country was started and they were like, hey, what's the most important things we want to write down on this piece of paper where no one should touch it? And it was first one, freedom of speech. And we know, obviously, that's a fucking joke in America. Yeah. And then you got two, bear arms. Give us your guns now. No one's allowed to have a gun. Legal gun owners are getting fucked for guns,
Yeah.
Not solving any murder problems. Then 3 is... Ooh, I'm not a patriot. What's 3 again?
I don't know off the top of my head. Three
is a good number. 3 times a charm. 4 is the right to privacy. Sterling getting fucked on privacy.
Exactly.
All the Atlanta Hawk guys are getting fucked. This new thing, it's nuts. And Fifth Amendment's good. Mark McGuire used that real hard.
Yeah. Plead the
4
fifth.
Technically, it's the search and seizure amendment. So it's you can't be searched illegal. People can't just come up to you and search you in your house for no reason. Basically, that's what the 4th is.
Yeah, you need the warrants and all that shit. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
A huge thing that just got passed in our favor was cops were saying once you got arrested, they could take your phone and download everything in it. So
that would be bad news.
Thank God the freaking Supreme Court realized how much information is on a cell phone that it can't be downloaded and used as evidence because it would be insane. Because before cell phones were around, dude, what would you be walking around in your pocket with?
My big typewriter with all these printed documents. But you know what? You know who got the raw end of the deal with this new technology? Like we said last week, all the celebrities, they got Kate Upton with jizz on her back, and Justin Verlander passed out with his dick in the air. They're all fucked.
So sick.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, if you look at it from our way, that's sick because, Dude, how else would we get nude photos of celebrities if they didn't upload them to the internet? Like,
Exactly.
Well, they weren't
and put them in a
uploaded to the
secure
internet. I
location.
want to say this was like sent through text,
No,
and like
they-
someone was
I
able
mean,
to get it.
technically they were.
Whoever uploaded those photos was like the Snowden for masturbating, you know, because
Oh,
he
yeah.
just like took one for the team and was like, "Hey,
Yeah.
this is for the
This is
for the
yeah.
people. You guys take."
This is a computer hacker who's like always looking forward to that for the sun to go down. It's like it's game time.
Yeah, just a nice handful of lotion
Yeah.
and just like a lonely night, you know.
It's
Owns a
it's
sex shop.
insane that here's an interesting question though, like internet, what right to privacy do you have on the internet? Like if you make your Facebook page private, but an employer gets to look into it and like they somehow can bypass your privacy and they see, you know, photos of you drinking or something, like this could apply to college kids, and then they cite that as why you weren't allowed to get the job or go to college. Is that allowed? Like,
Yeah,
are you?
It's also like when you take in your computer for like a fixing and they find child pornography on it. You know, like a bunch of guys got caught that way. Fucking Gary Glitter,
Yeah.
you know, that
Yeah.
beast of a song. That guy's all about young kids.
Yeah, but I mean, like it shows, like the internet and privacy on it is such an interesting topic because, like, what are the boundaries that are set forth? It's such a new thing that, like, all rulings are setting forth new precedent. You know what I mean? Like,
And so many people put
There's
so much
nothing in
information
ground.
in one thing. You know, like everyone's life is in their palm
Yeah.
every day, pretty much.
exactly. And now, like, the thing is, America, we're getting so scared of terrorism, like. We're letting the government. We're basically like Patriot Act says they could tap any phone or look
Yeah.
into any, you know, anything, and we're okay with that because 9/11. Like, what if we could prevent it?
Exactly.
But the thing is,
This is what sorry to interrupt you, but this is what also
No.
pisses me off is because I was actually arguing with my roommate who's like he's like all about like the Middle East. Well, he's not pro Middle East. He's not like a season ticket holder or anything, but like he's like real up on the topics and everything. And like we were talking about ISIS the other day, and I was like, you know what, like. You obviously know more about me because he goes more about this topic because like you go to school for it and shit. But ISIS to me seems like this faceless boogeyman. You know, like what happened to Al Qaeda? You know, did we beat them? Did I miss that
No,
headline?
they're
Where-
still there.
I know, but like they were public enemy #1 for this amount of time, and I feel like the Middle East terrorist groups are kind of like music artists, you know, like Al Qaeda is not hot anymore. We got this new
Yeah.
upcomer. His name's Chief Keef. You know, it's ISIS now.
Exactly,
They're
yeah.
like new kids on the block, and it's like, hey, these guys with dull knives in the desert cutting people's heads off is bringing this country to its knees to the foundation what it was founded on. Like, it drives me insane.
I think that ISIS is like a new band. They're not just a new band. They're a new genre of music. They're like
They're
Nirvana
EDM.
starting
They're
from-
ISIS is EDM. That's the quote of the night.
What?
ISIS is EDM.
EDM's worse though.
Yeah,
What?
dude.
EDM
I
is
mean-
worse than ISIS.
EDM, at least ISIS sounds good when they're talking. Like that guy can speak English.
At least they're funny when they
understand
talk.
them. Dude, EDM is fucking like, I would rather stab myself. I'd rather have my head cut off by an ISIS guy than listen to fucking EDM.
Oh man, that's great. So all right, let's talk about this new. I saw this as well. The yes means yes law. Are you know that, Butler? Yes means yes.
Inform me.
All right, I'll take this one away. Yes means yes. California has made a new law. Is it law, Crank? They wrote it down, right?
I think, yeah, it passed. I think so.
Okay, so you basically have to get total consent before you have sex. Fuck! No, but like you really need documentation, like having sex with
Time
like,
out.
Yeah, like yes means yes. You can't just
Oh
like
my
let's say you're with
God.
a chick, right? And you went out drinking or whatever, and you hook up with her at the bar, and she brings you back, and she makes the mistake of your life by like having sex with you.
Yeah.
But let's just say you know how people have been doing it since a caveman, organic sex.
Hell yeah.
Where it's just like it happened, fucked her, whatever. That's illegal now, pretty much. That's like, hey, you might be taken up on rape charges because you
Yeah.
didn't get concrete. Yes, you can
Dude,
jizz in my face. You know.
yeah, man, it's like the love contract on the Chappelle show.
Yes,
That's literally it.
Yes,
That's literally it.
Me and Crank were talking about this, and I sent him that link, and I was like, Chappelle is a genius.
He's-
right
oh,
now.
he's-
Yeah.
he's amazing.
Hey, I'm gonna get that clip up right
Hold
now.
up right now.
Yeah.
It's so funny, but like, like consent's consent. I guess the biggest problem is that these chicks don't understand like consent. I guess when they're drunk, and like that's the biggest
it-
problem is in court. that they don't have any proof. Like if you're a guy going into court with rape charges is guilty until proven innocent.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, it's crazy.
The thing is, though, in the law it says that if a woman is intoxicated, and she says yes, it's not a valid yes. Like, it can be overturned in court, even if she says yes when she's drunk because she's not thinking clearly. It's like there's more freaking hoops you have to jump through to have sex now than you have to, go get a bank loan. Like, if you walk into a bank, they'll give you a bank loan and they won't even look at anything. But if you want to meet a chick, you have to sign contracts. You have to go through a vetting period for 3 weeks before you could buy, before you could get the chick. So they make sure you're not going to murder anybody with her.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I mean, at least it's better for the single guys in California where they can be like, dude, I'm not getting laid because of these laws now, rather than just having no game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, let's
play this clip from Dave Chappelle real quick. Oh, yeah.
You just met that special someone, and you're letting your desire for each other take you to incredible heights. But these days, you can never be too sure they aren't going to dispute whether the sex was consensual.
Wait a minute. Before we go any further.
Which is why this night calls for the love contract.
What's this? Nothing. It's just a document saying that you're a willing participant in this sexual experience.
Well, I am.
It's signed here and here. And initial there for oral. Oral. I'm gonna do you too. And just initial there if you decline anal. Unless, of course, you...
No, it's not going down.
Pretty much standard. Okay. I don't know about you, but...
All right, well, you get the point.
Yeah.
But anyway,
it's crazy. That's a joke. That's a joke. This was back what year? Maybe
probably mid 2000s.
Mid 2000s.
But
yeah.
he's doing it over the top, where it's imagine you had a dude.
Yeah.
It's a law.
That's literally 10 years later. That's an actual thing.
It's fucking insane.
We laugh about the things that that'll never come true. A love contract. Look what's happening. What? It's crazy.
Doesn't make any sense.
But yeah.
Crank, you still there?
Yeah, you guys got to work on your production because, for the one person who's calling in on the phone, I couldn't hear any of that video. I hope your listeners could hear more than I could.
Well, I don't know how you'd be listening. I think it's a delay if you're on the phone. I don't even know how it works, really.
Yeah, there's a little delay with the stream.
Hopefully everyone else got it. What?
You guys are just amateurs.
Thanks,
I bring the fucking heat, and you guys.
Watch out! We got a badass over here on our show.
This kid's coming with shooting from the hip over here.
Seriously.
I'm a phone call tough guy, dude. If you ever saw me in person, you'd see me cowering in fear. But on the phone, dude, my voice is. I'm so fucking.
Dude, that's like
baby.
us on Twitter. Me and Crankio, we tag team people on Twitter and just fucking brutalize them. It's insane. Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. But yeah, it's pretty much.
It's brutal. Anyone who fucks with... Basically, we're just fucking O&A fanboys, dude. We're just fanboys, and we'll defend any of them, and we're gay lords.
Yeah.
I would suck Jimmy's dick, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's supple. It's supple and small like a baby's arm. But, pull up that, what else did we have? We had the,
We'll talk about the, I think we just lost Crank. I know, we got an input from a listener about ISIS.
What'd he say?
It's about it's actually our friend Colin Tucker, who is the Arabic specialist for the Jam.
Okay, so ISIS is a...
It is former Al-Qaeda. I was going to say that, but I didn't know for sure.
Of, Al-Qaeda. So they did a little, a solo career, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They broke off from the Beatles, and Paul McCartney did his thing.
Yeah, basically.
Now ISIS is doing their thing.
Yeah, it's like Wings.
Yeah.
ISIS is
ISIS
Wings.
Is Wings. Yeah, yeah, perfect. That's hilarious.
But
let's get up this. Oh, here we go.
Crank's calling back in. Okay.
Let's see. Hello, sir.
My bad, dude. My phone fucked up.
Wow.
Sorry, I'm ruining the show. I was fucking blasting you guys literally 30 seconds ago. I just ruined the show.
Yeah, how we're amateurs and our production.
Yeah,
sucks.
then
phone dies.
Yeah, phone dies. Yeah.
Karma might be real. I don't know. That's,
you guys have a whole studio to worry about, and I just have a cell phone in my hand, and I can't even handle that. I'll give you guys props. My bad.
Thanks, no problem. But you just missed a hell of a joke. We the guy I was talking about texted me and said that ISIS was broken off from Al-Qaeda, and we were saying how they broke off from the band like Paul McCartney, and then Butler was like, yeah, they're the Wings or Whatever.
Yeah, ISIS. If Al Qaeda, made ISIS, so like so picture as Al Qaeda as the Beatles, and then they broke up, and then like Paul McCartney is saying so that's ISIS. ISIS's wings. All right, we got Colin Tucker wants to call in to give his input on Al Qaeda. So Crank, we'll have you call back later in the show. All right.
All right, whatever.
All right, man. Peace. Let's hear from our Middle East.
Yeah.
Also, we have our
We'll wait for him
GM
to call
in
him.
studio right now.
Eric Chambers, say hello to everyone. Roll loud so they can hear you.
Hey, everyone!
That's Eric.
He's the GM.
He's
the
pretty
GM.
sick. All right, so we're waiting for Colin Tucker to call. Another thing, talking about the Middle East, talking about the hot summer of the Middle East. There's a lot of things happening. Poppin' music, terrorist attacks.
Heads rolling.
Heads rolling, yeah. This is something I saw over the summer that I wrote down to make sure to note down for the jam. Real life Krusty Krab being built in the Middle East, bringing SpongeBob seafood to the surface, and deadass. There's a picture of the Krusty Krab. It's like a real life lobster shack, and like it has like a little plastic thing of Mr. Krabs, and
What? That's insane.
yeah, it's pretty nuts. Like they actually went through with it. Like they like
Do you
some
think the Middle
company
East would have
some
it?
company in the Middle East bought the franchise, and yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Instead
Like
of Happy Meals, they just stone women.
I don't know. Would you buy a burger from there?
No, I wouldn't go to the Middle East. I just wouldn't do that. Like that's.
Yeah, I'm not going to the Middle East. All right, we got Colin Tucker on the line. Hey, Colin, can you hear us?
Yeah.
What's up, dude?
What's up? Am I on the air?
Yes, you're on
You're
the air.
on the air right now.
Don't
Are you
call
ready?
in and just give dead air.
Right.
Fuck.
What was your input?
Cool. There's a little bit of delay on the stream.
Yeah,
Right, listen,
it's called internet radio.
Here's
Deal with it.
radio one-on-one basketball 101. If you call in, you turn off your radio because of it doesn't work. Like I know you want to hear your beautiful voice and everything, sweetie, but you got to turn it off and just listen to mine. So what's up, dude?
You got it, Toots.
Give us a little bit more input about this ISIS situation.
Yes, this kid is a Middle East.
He's
fanatic.
like I said, guys. Colin Tucker is the Arabic specialist for the Jam with Goose and Maverick. So go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum.
What do you want to know? What do you want to know?
Tell us.
You
about,
said you had an input.
Tell us
for the
about ISIS.
Tell us about ISIS. Tell us what you know.
Okay, so essentially, ISIS, ISIL, the Islamic State, whatever you want to call it, they
Wings.
were Al Qaeda during the days of the Iraq War. They
Okay.
kind of manifested themselves, and then you have Al Qaeda Central, which is up in Pakistan, etc. They're kind of running things out there, giving directions to Al Qaeda in Iraq, which is ISIL. But then things kind of went down. They got in a little fight with each other. Al Qaeda Central didn't really like how ISIL ran things. When Osama bin Laden died, ISIL really there was no more resources to secure from Al Qaeda Central, so they kind of just broke things
Yeah, there's
off.
just sand everywhere.
Wait,
Like there's nothing there.
Wait, so when Osama bin Laden died, that's when everyone kind of broke off?
Yeah, there was no reason. I mean, they were getting their asses kicked in Afghanistan, Pakistan. They didn't have any more money because Osama bin Laden was the money and the resources of the organization, but he died, so that kind of...
Yes, think of it this way. Like Al Qaeda, we'll go back to the Beatles. Like Al Qaeda was the Beatles, and then John Lennon gets shot. Bin Laden's dead, and then there's like, all right, now we form Wings. I thought that was pretty funny.
And there's a whole bunch of other reasons. Like all these new fighters you see that grew up, they never even met any of these people in Afghanistan and Pakistan.
All right, so hold on. Time out.
Iraq.
This is great information, but let me ask you a question. As an American, why are our boys going there and dying for their problem over there? What is our reason for doing this? Why are we, what's our
Who's dying right now?
I don't know. Is anyone?
No.
Someone? No, no one. Everyone's good.
No one's dying.
What a shitty
man.
war that is. It's like no one's scoring a point.
Yeah, that's like watching
As
soccer.
far as our side, no one's dying.
Okay, so what? We just droning it?
They were droning airstrikes as a coalition of over 40 nations. A lot
Well,
of
yeah,
them are
we're
air
Team America
partners.
World Police. We're watching the whole world.
Okay.
And I know you say you call this whole boogeyman thing,
Uh-huh.
but Al Qaeda isn't one centralized organization anymore. It's a group of affiliates across Africa, the Middle East. There's even a group in the Philippines right now that are all causing.
Are they
havoc
led by
within the
Manny
region.
Pacquiao? Look at that laugh. Tuck is, listen, let me give you a little backstory on Tuck. Tuck's gonna be, he's like your boss. He's gonna come in, he's gonna get, yeah, I'm gonna need you to come in on Saturday. He's that guy, you know? So what else, Tuck? Tell me, enlighten me a little more.
Yeah, so predominantly, so we told us about Al-Qaeda, and where's ISIS predominantly? Is it just the Middle East, or is this all over Africa and shit too?
So ISIL, the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria, or the Levant is the greater Syrian region, kind of like Lebanon, Palestine, Israel, etc.
So it's not just Afghanistan.
No. So they have no affiliation with Al-Qaeda, which is in Afghanistan and Pakistan right now.
What's their view on women's rights? Is it the same as the other guys?
On what?
Women's rights.
Women's rights?
Do they not like them?
Women's rights.
Okay.
For sure.
Pumped or pissed, Doc? Women's rights.
Pumped.
Okay, cool. Continue.
Mad pumped. Are you kidding me?
Mad pumped.
Mad pumped.
All right, continue.
You threw me off there. What?
How did I debunk your whole... Sorry, I tried to throw in a joke in this fucking very serious Middle East thing and keep it light a little bit with a... I don't know. What
do you think? How do you think ISIS? How do you think ISIS feels about the Krusty Krab opening up in the Middle East?
Yeah, I never heard anything about this Krusty Krab.
Listen, there's a Krusty Krab franchise opening up somewhere in the Middle East.
There's a Jewish lobster running the organization. I mean, a crab.
Yeah,
Mr. Krabs.
Mr. Krabs, call him a lobster.
That's insane. That is insane.
Yeah.
You think that'll be the first target for ISIS? It's pretty American.
How much do you think religion plays into ISIS? Number one?
Huge. Yeah, number one.
Do you think they honestly believe in their religious cause, or do they think they're masking their movement to get more followers so they can accomplish their goal for whatever they want?
I think it's a combination of both. When you go to the Middle East, Islam it's huge. It's a way of life. It's a culture. It's not just,
So you think, like, they're doing all this because that's all they know?
They're just walking around with a bunch of, like, Muhammad
yeah, like,
t-shirts.
these people have grown up, like, in this culture, like, this is all they know. So you think it's, like, more like that?
In terms of rhetoric, they can use it with so much weight to influence others and recruit others. So,
yeah, it sounds like a frat.
You know,
it does sound like a frat.
Movie like Ariana with George Clooney and
I did
Matt
see
Damon.
that. That kind of sucked a little bit.
Yeah, so that you kind of got an idea of like how they recruit terrorists. The guy was poor, he was unemployed, he didn't really have any opportunities, and they took him under his wing to this kind of religious school.
Yeah. Dude, I wonder how Hell Week is for ISIS.
Oh, they just put a bag over your head and knee you down. You think you might get your head cut off, and they just walk him in.
Yeah. It's like, drink this. Wait, what kind of alcohol do they have in the Middle East?
They have a bunch of strippers just in full garb, though. She showed her ankle.
Yes! This is the sickest party ever. Oh, man.
Talk. Hello?
So that Krusty Krab is owned by a Palestinian company.
Sick. Where are they located? The Gaza Strip?
I'm not sure.
I can't reveal that information. I can't reveal that information.
Yeah. This is why we call him Secret Agent Tucker.
Middle of West Bank.
The West Bank? That's cool.
Yeah.
That's weird. It's called the West Bank, and there's just a bunch of Jews there, too. You know, it's like America, banks, a lot of
yeah, banks run the world.
Yeah.
All right, bud, you got anything more to inform us about ISIS in the Middle East?
I mean, just there's a lot of good behind it. And
ISIS?
Did you go on?
What?
We're gonna go a quick time here because I'm trying to interpret what you just said. Are you basically supporting ISIS?
We recorded that, and I'm gonna ruin your campaign later in life.
Yeah.
What do you think of ISIS? There's a lot of good to it. This kid's pro-ISIS.
Yeah, you literally just told everyone that's listening right now that you're pro-ISIS. Do you have anything to redeem yourself with?
I meant the operation against ISIS.
Oh, the operation against ISIS. There we go. We literally just thought you said
you
support ISIS.
Right, so.
We tripped you up there, huh?
No.
That's our soundbite, though, when we promo the show. ISIS, a lot of good things. Pros and cons.
I mean, look at this one. ISIS supports the Washington Redskins.
Yeah, no, ISIS is a huge Redskin fan.
Yeah.
Cricket.
All right, cricket. See you later, Tuck.
Thanks for calling, Tuck.
All right, man. Take care.
Yeah, man. Peace. All right. Let's play a song and recoup a little bit. What do you
All
got
right.
for us, big butt?
Well, this big butt. Are you crazy? So I'm in a band here called the Proles, and we recorded an EP last semester, and I never got the chance to show you guys. So yeah, this is probably our best song off the EP. It's called Madness. Let me plug it in here. Enjoy.
I'm the king of my reality. Nothing is taboo. No, I'm not confused. I was blind, but now I can see. I've never been more alive. Finally time to thrive. If it scared me before, I wanna do it some more. If it scared me before, I wanna do it some more. Common sense won't hold me back. Most don't understand. I don't need a plan. The time has come to go on the attack. Challenge what you know. Let your ego grow. If it scared me before, I wanna do it some more. If it scared me before, I wanna do it some more. No matter what you do, I will be with you. No matter what you say, I will have my way. My way? My way? Wow! If it scared me before, I wanna do it some more. If it scared me before, I wanna do it some more. Push every boundary to the max. Going for the ride, there's nowhere to hide. I'm on a roll, no need to relax. All the rest are slaves, yes, I'm making waves. No matter what you do, you can't escape the truth. No matter what you say, I'll make you obey. Obey? Obey?
Again, that was Madness by the Proles. You can check us out on Bandcamp. It's the-Proles, and that's BuffaloES.bandcamp.com. Check out our music; it's pretty sick. Buffalo.
Quick plug.
So we're gonna go back to
Crank Daddy.
To Crank Daddy. I guess that's his name now. Also, another thing to bring up, we with the studio, we have this chat thing now. Go to WRUB.org, basically the website you went to tune into us. And then from there, you can see that there's, like, on the bottom left-hand corner, it should say chat. It should be online. I think we figured that out now. But we will be taking anonymous questions. There is no filter on these questions.
It's kind of like Yik Yak. You can say what you really feel like without your name attached, so you can get really courageous, you fucking cowards.
Yeah, so say whatever you want. It's anonymous. We want to hear what you have to say. All right, Crank, what's going on? What's Gucci Manucci?
No, I mean, you guys were talking to me, and I'm back. That's all.
What's up, dude? You had something to tell us.
Oh, yeah, so I was thinking yesterday, because it was like the Jewish holiday and everything. I was talking to my buddy, and
first of all, how pissed were you that it was the Jewish holiday?
I mean, like, I would rather it not be a holiday, just because, first off, it should have been during the week, and everyone should get off. Like, not only Jewish people should get off for Jewish holidays, because they get Catholic holidays off. It's unfair that they can say, oh, I'm Jewish, I can't go into work because I have to do, things.
Yeah, well, fun fact about Buffalo, they just recently took away our Jewish holidays, and we have no days off except Thanksgiving and winter break.
Yeah.
So
this is the first time since, like, the 1800s.
Yay,
that
secularism.
that took away Yom Kippur and Rosh Hashanah. It's kind of crazy. Like, it's actually a big upset in the Jewish community here. Oh, it was in the Spectrum newspaper.
Yeah.
There was, like, a big article.
There was a similar movement in Germany during the 30s.
Was. But, it's kind of crazy. There's a lot of people who are upset.
I guess Buffalo's just saying that Judaism, none of their shit's real. Like,
ironically, Buffalo's predominantly German. So.
Wow, that's probably why.
Yeah, that's pretty insane. But what are you talking about religion? Let's hear it.
So, I was talking to my buddy, and he was like, yeah, I went to the temple and atoned for my sins. And I was like, yeah, but you don't believe in Jesus Christ. Like, he's our Savior. And, he was a real guy and everything. Yeah, he was the best person in the history of the world, according to the Bible, which, funny enough, is classified as a nonfiction book in the library and at bookstores, which is, I think, fucking insane. Like, that does not make sense at all.
What do you think about religion, though? What's your stance? Let's hear that before you go in. Do you believe in God? Do you believe in Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior?
I don't.
Watch your mouth.
I don't believe in anything, so I'm just atheist or agnostic, whatever that is. I just believe in facts. Like, this is why it can't be a nonfiction book, because it says in the Bible, it says that the world was created like 4,000 years ago or something like that, and like scientists dated the Earth back like 4 billion years, and it's pretty conclusive that that's how far it was.
Yeah.
But it's like, why are they allowed to keep that in nonfiction? Like, that's like throwing Harry Potter in nonfiction and just saying, well, because people believe this is real, then that makes it real.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like,
what's your take on there actually being a man named Jesus Christ in year zero?
I bet you there was a guy named Jesus Christ.
Okay.
I don't think he was walking on water, because, I mean, what are the chances one dude has walked on water the whole time? If one person could do it, I would bet that a few
Chris
people...
Angel, hello!
Obviously.
Dude, Chris Angel fucking is the gayest person in the history. Like, all of his whole show is fake. All it is
all that shit's fake, man.
But it's like in your face, garbagely fake.
It's really
I'm
bad.
gonna levitate. He shoots 75 feet in the air. It's like I can't. There's not even a suspension of disbelief where I want to believe in this magic trick where you're fooling me. It's just like, okay, this obviously isn't real. You'd be dissected by scientists or something, you know?
It's like believing that Arnold Schwarzenegger actually is killing all the people when he's the Terminator. Like, that's the equivalent. It's just a movie or like a fiction TV show that they're passing off as real, which is like, if people believe that, then I guess it would be real, which is like the exact case of the Bible, dude. Like, if people believed Chris Angel could float, then it would be a nonfiction show.
True. But
no one does.
Yeah.
So why does, since people believe the Bible is real, like, what the fuck? Then that means it's actually real?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's like 1 billion Catholics, so like they kind of have like a huge pull on a lot of things. Like, they have a lot to say, I guess, and a lot of power, so I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, does that justify people like thinking that it's real? That there's a lot of people that have power and say it is, even though there's science proving it's wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know actually.
Dude, you know what could work perfectly here? That story you told me about the people that sold you that book. They gave you a free book.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I'm just talking about it because I talk about like interpreting the Bible rather than believing everything it says.
Well, all right. Here's the thing. I was minding my own business one day, and this white dude, kind of balding, probably like 26, claiming to be like a monk, came up to me and was like, "Hey, I want you to have this book," you know. I'm like, what is it? He's like, it's the guru from the Beatles. George Harrison was really into him. That song, Sexy Sadie, that's about him or whatever. Crazy story. But he's like, yeah, I want you to have this book. And I'm like, all right, thanks. And he goes, well, I need some type of contribution or whatever. And I'm like, okay, I have no money on me, dude. Here's your book back. He goes, no. Like, you should just, like, swipe your debit card and give me some donate. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that.
Handling, fuck.
Exactly. And I'm like, listen, I'll meet you here tomorrow, and I'll give you a couple bucks for that book, because it seemed interesting. So I went there. The guy stood me up. He has terrible karma now, moral of the story. And while I was waiting for him, these two Asian dudes walked up to me, and they're like, hey, what's your view on Jesus Christ? And I'm like, hey, my name's Joe, first of all. Like, how you doing? And they're like, yeah, we're part of this church group, blah, blah, blah. And we started talking about God and everything. And it was just, I don't know, it was weird. And I was asking them, like, do you literally believe in the Bible and everything? And they're like, listen, I believe if you believe in God was your savior, you get to go to heaven and everything. And I go, what about if, let's say an atheist lived their life really well, or like some tribal guy in Africa, never heard of Jesus Christ, lived a great life, dies. Does he get to go to hell? Like, does he go to hell? And the guy was like, I don't really know, but if you know about Jesus and refuse to accept him, then I don't think you go to heaven. But if you don't hear of him, you might be able to get into heaven. And I'm like, but what about all those priests that, they say God is the answer in Jesus Christ, they believe he's the savior, but they rape those kids? Do they have a better chance of going to heaven than that poor African guy who hasn't heard of him? I don't. And they were like, whoa, I don't really know about this.
Yeah, immediately you bring up about the rape charges against priests, and they're like, they have nothing to say, which is pathetic.
And it's annoying though, because they weren't definitively like, yeah, that child rapist is going to hell, rather than just like, oh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
And that's why I disagree with a lot of Bible study groups and people heavy people that preach about religion, that aren't priests, people who just take time out of their day to spread the good word. And then you bring up something like something politically against them, that's on their downfall. And then they just have nothing to say. It's like, oh, I'd rather not say anything about that. It's like, how could you not have your own opinion on that? Yeah. It's pathetic. You should have your own opinion to be able to back it up by using the religion you believe in.
You should have told, ignorance of the law isn't a defense. It's the same thing with God. Just because you don't know about him, it doesn't mean you shouldn't be worshiping him. It's the same thing that applies with cops. Are they allowed to? You know what I mean? If you don't know about it, then it's all gravy. It's still good.
Yeah, that sucks though. If you imagine you didn't hear about it and you went to hell, it's like, hey, you hear about that party last week? No, you're going to jail. It's nonsense.
It's crazy, absolutely nuts.
Yeah, I don't know. But
I guess hell is just the ultimate jail, dude. It's I don't know. It probably is a pretty chill place.
There's definitely a lot of cool characters who are in hell, though. I gotta admit.
If you did all this terrible shit, why would you, when you go to hell, would the devil not be like, fuck yeah, dude, you're spreading everything I stand for, let's fucking party? Do they make it out to be this awful place?
Yeah.
If you're so bad, you should be having fun in hell, because everyone else there is like, fuck yeah, we did. Hitler's in hell. He killed all the Jews. I bet you.
It's one big party.
Everyone's living it up in hell. Fuck the rules. Yeah, exactly. You go up to heaven, it's a bunch of squares. You're like, oh, this sucks. I'd rather be getting wasted with my boys.
Yeah, heaven is this square button-down shirt, business casual attire every day. Hell is you wake up in your sweatpants and you fucking listen to heavy metal, and then you fucking jerk off, and then you fuck bitches and not procreate, and then you go and you do blow, and then you wake up the next day and you do it all over again. Heaven, you're filling out reports. Everything you say has to be under review by God. It sounds like a terrible place, heaven. Yeah. I don't want to go there. Purgatory sounds better to me, dude, because at least there's nothing there.
Purgatory is like waiting at an airport.
That's such a hipster. I like Purgatory the best. No one thought of that.
Yeah, dude, fuck that. That's like waiting at an airport.
But if you do take the Bible literally, then it'd be pretty funny, because the story of Lazarus, how Jesus resurrected him after he died for 4 days, I believe. like imagine Lazarus came back and he was just the biggest dick, you know, because everything sucked because he just came back from heaven. It's like, oh, I'm in the Middle East, it's fucking hot.
Yeah.
Like this food sucks. I just wish I wasn't. Like he was just such a dick. He ruined his legacy when he came back. I always thought that would be hilarious.
That would be pretty funny. Can you imagine?
Fucking Lazarus is here. Everyone's pissed off every time Lazarus.
Defame
is there.
Jesus Christ, and the book never was published.
Constantly talking about
Yeah.
his, oh, you know, Jesus resurrected
He's
me.
that
It's like,
kid, that kid that studied abroad in Europe and was like, dude, my studying abroad was so much more fun than the States, dude. I
traveling
can't wait till I
changed
go
me. It
back.
gives you a new perspective on life.
Yeah, like, heaven was, I mean, I don't know. Keep going. Fuck me. I suck.
Dude, honestly, like
we got a question on this.
Well, yeah, that's
shit.
I just wanted to add like one more thing, was just
Go
have
ahead.
like the religion thing
Fuck
going.
them to go ahead.
Yeah, dude, they can wait. This is our show. I just wanted to like input saying like, honestly, hell is a scare tactic.
Well,
In a way that like back in the day,
Well, like, hey,
listen, like I'm thinking like 1800s, like disciplining, like you know, like just thinking like just picture yourself in like that very old school ways. Like, listen, you can't do that. If you talk back to your mother, you're gonna go to hell. Like, it's a scare tactic. Like, you don't have to believe if it's real or not, but like it's just a scare tactic. Like that.
So what do you believe? Do you believe there's a heaven or no?
Oh yeah, there's something.
But you
there's
believe,
something.
But do you live your life as I don't want to go to heaven? That's why you live if you do live a good life, you don't want to go to hell, or like is it because you want to go to heaven, or just because you are a good person?
If you walk in Jesus' footsteps, which means if you act like a decent person and like you just be the best person you can be, good things will come to you. That's how I live my life. I just be the best person I can be, and go with that. What would you say?
If you do good things, when you die, good things will happen to you.
Yeah, it's just like I'm a big believer in like karma and stuff.
But karma is when you're alive.
I think karma is pretty retarded in some cases because there's just constantly bad people who are like killing it in the world. Yeah. And there's just like I'm gonna say a lot of homeless guys aren't a bunch of dickheads. So I'm gonna say some of them are pretty nice and they just have no home and they're just begging for money and stuff. I don't know. I don't know.
Everyone's motivated differently.
Yeah.
If you look at the world, like you'll see that people who are good get dealt shitty hands all the time, and that's the one thing that like Catholic people who believe in the church can't explain. It's like, why did this terrible thing happen to this guy? He was donating to charities. He went to church every Sunday, and they say, "Oh, God is testing you." It's a test right now. Like if you're strong and believe in Him, you'll make it through it. But that's just such a cop-out answer in my books. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, if you're doing good things, and the Bible says that if you do good things will happen to you, and you'll lead a life that is. If you lead a life that is good, you'll go to heaven. I mean, it just seems like such a cop-out that they say, "Oh, God is testing you right now."
But think of how many front-runner good Samaritans we'd have if, like, let's say you did something good and poof, you got like a Big Mac or something. I'd be like, fuck, this shit's working, Maybe it's like all random where it's like, hey, you did something good. You're not going to get rewarded to see if you do it good again. Maybe. I don't know.
No, like, if you look back in time, dude, the Bible, the whole thing about it is like, it was put forth to give, like, people back in the day were so dumb. If you look at the history, like, everything up until, I don't know, probably the 1700s, no, past that, everything was motivated by war and conquering, and people were, like, killing each other, and there was slavery everywhere, and the Bible was to try and make that less prevalent, like, it doesn't make sense to have an entire world running around trying to kill each other and conquer stuff, so the Bible is just trying to spread the message that, hey, look, like, if you do all these bad things that everyone's doing, when you die, you're going to go to hell.
I feel like
it's a scare tactic.
I feel like nothing's really changed with the conquering and everything. It's just more like masks. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we have a good reason for doing X, Y, Z, but there's still actions and there's still war every day. It's not mainstream to be the conqueror now. Back when like Alexander the Great was going around, it's like that guy's the fucking man. He just beat like 4 nations. Now you do that and it's like, you're a douchebag.
Yeah, you're literally a terrible person.
Hey, you're impeding on our right. All that.
Basically America.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know.
Debatable.
Everything since like, I mean, I bet you like the turning point was like World War II, dude. Like Hitler tried to take over the world.
He ruined it for everyone.
He really did.
Awful way. Yeah, he was just killing people discriminately. He killed certain people, and he was just a terrible person. But if you look before that, like Napoleon was trying to take over the world. England was trying to take over like all of Africa. They had India under their thumb. But now everyone's independent, except, the U.S. has to go in everywhere that there's an interest, basically, natural resources there. People are
that's
cutting
what
each other's
also
heads off.
angers me, because it's like we do the mass thing where it's like, because this is what, like, when I was a young, impressionable person, it was like, I think George W. Bush's last speech. After, like, all the Middle East shit, and, I wear that t-shirt, Save Darfur.
Yeah.
But, yeah, there was a genocide. There was a genocide in Darfur. People getting killed. AIDS were being spread on purpose. Babies being thrown on fire. We didn't do anything. I don't even know.
Yeah, dude, this kid walks around campus wearing this shirt, like, Save Darfur, and, like, this is a terrible thing that's going on in Darfur, and this guy just like, yeah, Darfur, like, let's go. I'm like, dude, that's kind of screwed up.
Yeah. But anyway, so, like, in his speech...
Wait,
what?
Butler, you're not pro-genocide in Darfur, dude?
Not really.
Such a dick, this kid.
That's a radical stance, dude.
It is you know what? It's radical, but I stand by it.
That's a crankio-like stance.
This kid's a real trailblazer saying killing babies is wrong.
Dude. Yeah, dude. I think...
okay, but
ahead,
anyway, hold on. In his speech, George Bush goes, after talking for a while, after this genocide has been going on for years, he goes... And in, like, one of his final speeches, he goes, and also the United States does not stand for genocide in Darfur when we've done nothing, when we just have all our forces in the Middle East. And I'm like, wow, that was just like a blatant lie where it's just, we aren't, America, listen, I love America, but you got to point out the bullshit. We don't, as Americans, we don't do that. We don't embrace our history. We don't, you know what I'm saying? We ignore the genocide of Indians, and we try to, like, hey, keep it moving. We're the standard for the world. But... right in that sentence, it just proved that we're not the crusaders, we're not the water walkers. We're not fighting Hitler. We're not saving the Jews anymore. We're just doing what an empire does. We're trying to sustain and expand and keep it going and stay number one. And I don't know. It's just, that's how I feel about it.
It totally proves the point that, like, if there's nothing there for America to gain, that we won't get involved. Like, that's
we don't give a
total,
shit.
like, civil rights should 100% be, used right there. Like, everyone's civil rights are getting violated. It's worse than fucking slavery here was, basically. Like, people are just getting killed all over.
Right now it's worse than slavery?
No. Like, in Darfur, it's worse than slavery, because they're just killing everyone.
Yeah, instead of putting them to work, they're just killing them. What a waste.
Yeah. Dude, yeah. Like, there's so much labor there. Like, I think we should go in and we should just enslave those people.
Bring it back and make it popular again?
Yeah. Let's get a nightclub down there.
We already did that, though. It didn't turn out too good. Well, the South would probably vote for that.
Also, hold on. We got a question right here. It says, can you answer my question? Tell us what you think about President Obama and the job he's doing, followed by 22 question marks.
Yeah. It's an anonymous question that we got.
Okay. So
repeat it again. Repeat it one more time.
Tell us what you think about President Obama and the job he's doing.
Satisfactory to below satisfactory.
I think it's pretty shitty what he's doing. I think Obama is doing horrible, and he needs to leave. He needs to leave.
Dude, Obama's going to go down in history as fucking probably one of the worst presidents. Probably. Like,
why? Give me 3 reasons right now. Give me 3 reasons.
Yeah, why?
Well, one, he has no strong stances. Like, he's a wishy-washy guy. He lets Russia do whatever they want. He's not standing by any of his words that he campaigned on. Change and transparency. He was voting. He was like, I'm going to make sure that everyone knows what's going on in the government. But every time you turn around, there's a scandal that got leaked out of the government that Obama was like, oh, I hope no one finds out about this, like Benghazi. And
or
like,
Operation
exactly
Fast and Furious, where he's like, I didn't even know that was going on.
Yeah, like, you're
exactly.
a liar.
Like, like, this whole plausible deniability thing is retarded, but that's another reason why he's terrible. And he ran, like, on the premise of changing what was happening in America, getting out of Iraq and everything, and it looks like we're going back in. And one thing that never gets talked about is fucking all the soldiers that are getting removed are just being replaced by mercenaries that are going in and are paid, like, from private military contracting groups. So are we really out of there? No. Like, I don't know how anyone could think he's doing a good job. Like,
yeah, I mean, I don't know
how do you
what
think
he's doing good right now. To be honest, 08, I got caught up in the young guy, let's do it, change. Woo,
oh, he's black.
All that shit.
So we get it. Like,
yeah, I mean, that's also just fucking annoying. But yeah, it was like, yeah, pumped up, let's do it. We can change the world. And nothing happened, you know? Yeah. And then the 2012 one happened, and that douchebag Mitt Romney came up. And if they put anyone who was like kind of a person against him, he probably wouldn't have won re-election. Just Mitt Romney's like, hey, I'm going to probably have 7 first ladies, and that's what I'm running on. I didn't know what the guy was running on. He fucking
Listen, if Mitt Romney wasn't such a question mark, he's literally the definition of a question mark, he could have had a chance.
Yes, he's the Republican John Kerry. When George W. Bush went for re-election, it was like, fuck, dude, who that? John Heinz Ketchup? That's it? Like, fuck. I don't know. It's terrible. I don't get how... This is what annoys me, too, because president is such a big... I shouldn't even have to say it. It's such a big job. And the guy who came in second was like, I don't really know what he does. You know, like, I don't know what this guy stands for or what he's going to do, and he's going to lead the free world. Why? How does that happen? I don't understand how it get. That's like a playoffs where a team who hasn't played yet is playing the undefeated Patriots. It's insane.
Obama ran on change. Why don't you put some more in my pocket?
Boo. Yeah, that was fucking terrible. But did we answer your question? Visitor 8483285. That's the worst fucking name tag in all of IMing history, by the way. But
I think it's just because it's anonymous.
I guess, yeah, that stunk though. But yeah, all right, let's go to a song and we'll come back strong again.
Sounds Gucci.
What song we got?
But Crank, we have to disconnect with you for a little bit, but we'll be back on the air.
What song you got?
I have Bulls on Parade by Rage Against the Machine.
Straight
Hey, we're back with the jam with Goose and Maverick. If you didn't know what that was, but yeah, hey, we're getting some great input on the website. So keep that up. It's pretty sick. It's really cool because it just keeps our show going smoothly, and we get to accommodate our listeners. Crank, you still with us?
Hello? Yeah. All right. So we're gonna play a video of an old woman.
Are we live right now?
Yes,
We're live.
That's how we do it.
All right. Fucking Scotty said to me that he couldn't really hear the video, so I don't know. Maybe you guys got to turn it up a little
we
bit.
we got it now. We're gonna try it this time and see how it works. The video is mad
Okay.
quiet.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's on. All right, here we go. All right, hold on. Let's set up this video because we're on the radio, obviously. All right, so this is like a southern area, I guess. I don't really know. I think it's in the south.
Florida.
Florida. This crazy shit goes down in Florida, especially if you're wearing a hoodie and some.
Oh
Skittles.
yeah, listen.
But there's this really narrow street, and there's two cop cars, and they're just like, it seems to be like a domestic disturbance, and there's just this guy narrating the video from his porch. There's two cops, and they're walking down the street casually, and he's wearing some hideous cargo shorts. Oh, he's trying to arrest an old woman right now.
Oh my god! You literally heard her smack on the floor in the video. Like he was like 50 feet away. You heard her smack to the ground.
Dude, literally, this old woman. He tried to grab her by the wrist. She took 3 steps away. He just shot her in the back with a taser gun. She face planted onto cement.
I probably killed her.
Yeah, let's see how it goes.
Oh my god! 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 Turn to me, man!
Y'all tripping.
Oh my god!
Look at this shit. Done tased the lady for nothing.
This guy rules. All right, and then just basically just cuffing her. But yeah, she fell like a sack of potatoes.
A sack of potatoes.
Yeah, I don't know. What's the purpose of tasing a 62-year-old woman? Like, you can't bring her in on your own?
Yeah, listen, if you're a cop and you can't detain a 62-year-old woman without using a taser, you suck. You suck, man. You should not be employed by a police department. Yeah,
definitely not.
You're a lazy fuck. I'm sorry.
And it's not even like she hustled away from the cop. She literally took 2 old... You know, like those old people steps where it's not even a full stride.
It's like I better take my time because my knee is killing me.
Yeah, like this arthritis is sinking in, and I'm just fucking dying right now. I'm slowly dying at 62. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. What do you think about police brutality, Crank? Yeah, what's your view on that?
No, I just think that cops are fucking, like they have this, they're like, oh, I have a taser, like I might as well use it, basically. Before there were tasers, like what would they do? They would just tackle the person. Now they're like, wow, I have this sick gadget that'll freaking electrocute people. Why am I not using this all the time? Like, it's obviously the coolest thing. If I had a taser, I'd be tasing myself and everybody around me 24/7.
Now, what's in it for you for tasing yourself?
Enhancing his orgasm while he shocks himself in the neck.
It's like, I'm almost there, taser, go! Yeah, it's there!
Because I would use it on myself, because if I'm not using it on other people, I gotta be using it on someone. Like, it's the coolest thing. Like, imagine if you had, it's like fucking being that guy in Star Wars, the Emperor, who could shoot lightning out of people.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you just have it in a gun, and you just are electrocuting Luke Skywalker almost to death. So, the only thing that would have made that video better is if fucking Darth Vader came out of nowhere and tackled the fucking police officer off the skyscraper.
And just throwing him over the side with his one limp hand.
Yeah.
Darth Vader's a pretty terrible father if you think about it, just trying to kill his son no matter what.
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
He really despises him.
Stupid mother
think,
died during
like,
childbirth.
Yeah.
He was, but he saved them in the end. So it's like, do you think he went to hell or heaven? I don't know.
Darth Vader? I think after he blew up that planet, he might have
Yeah.
signed his check to...
Killed a couple billion people, so, yeah.
Hey,
True.
Princess Leia, your home
Yeah.
planet? Fuck it.
So yeah, like if you have electricity, you should be using it. Like
I mean,
that's
Edison didn't
basically
work all
why
those
tasers
long
are
hours
used.
for no reason for us not to be using electricity. Like,
No.
It's kind of an
Yeah.
insult to him
It's
if
like-
you think about it.
If they start letting cops like shoot people because of that, you know, if they're trying to get away, then like cops will be using their gun. It's just, oh, they say I can use the taser, like I'm gonna use it. Hopefully, no one's videotaping me. So they're
Yeah.
just.
I mean, it is
happy.
better than being shot, I gotta admit. Like, getting tased is usually not... Actually, it does kind of kill people, tasers, from time to time. But it's better than being shot. Yeah, I agree with that. It's
Have you ever seen that taser video where it's like this big, like 300-pound black guy, and he's like arguing with this woman, and the cop tases him, and he just stands there for a second, looks, and goes, "I'm gonna get you, bitch," and then he fucking drops down to the ground. Have you guys seen that
I
one?
think I did see that. The best is when you have like
That's
a guy on PCP or something and they just won't go down from multiple tasers.
Yeah.
That's really... I'd
Yeah.
like to see that. That's sick.
Fucking, I do that all the time. Fuck yeah.
Dude, there was like I saw a video over the summer of a cop block over the summer, and it was literally what you just said. Like, it was this hippie guy that was getting tased by the police, and he escaped them. There was two cops. He escaped the taser and the cops. Like they were holding him down. Like, he refused to be arrested. Like, so he's like, you know, holding himself in a fetal position, and so they just start tasing him. And like, they're trying to hold him, like they're like, screw it, we'll tase him. They tase him. He gets like super strength and like evades the police and runs away like it was crazy. It was one of the craziest things I've ever seen.
Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater
Of
before?
course. Was I a child? Yes, I played that. It's fucking
You know,
incredible.
General Volgin?
Yeah,
Volgin?
that
Like,
guy's...
That was him. He gets powered up through electricity.
Yeah,
like, the cops
and you
made
gotta
a
fight him on
vital
that tank
mistake.
at the end. Yeah, that was fucking
Yeah,
sick.
but
Great
he
game.
uses his body to conduct electricity. So that's what the guy did. He was like, finally, they've given me power by tasing me, and then he fucking runs away.
Yeah,
Like,
his energy was on E, and they just fucking supercharged him, and he's like, "Let's go, it's go time."
Yeah.
He was such a fucking hippie, dude, that he's always driving his Prius and having to plug it in, that it started happening in his life. Like, he's like, fuck it, I don't need fuel anymore. I'm just going to plug in with my Prius, dude.
Yeah, exactly. That's great. And then when I was watching this World Star video, I jumped to another one because I don't know if you remember, there was a video of two Ranger fans at the Winter Classic in Philadelphia. And it was a father and son, and they both get knocked out by these other Philly guys, like in a crowd, like mad Philly, like Flyers fans versus these Ranger fans, and they knocked them out. So I tried to look that up, I couldn't find it, and I started typing in things, and I started finding son knocks out father. So,
oh my god!
So like I read that and I was like, all right, there are two things. I need to see this immediately, and second, what was like the dinner after the knockout? You know, when they sat down, they were like my son just knocked me the fuck out.
Like, they have the dinner table all set up, like, you know, mom and dad sit at the head of the table, you know, and like Billy and his sister sit at the large ends of the table, and then like Billy just knocked out his dad next night for dinner. He sits on the end of the table.
Like, that dad has lost everything. He can't tell him to pick up. It's like, Dad, I will knock you out again. You know, he's totally lost all alpha maleness is out. You know, I can imagine. My dad has like that fear thing over me where I can't put in my mind where I can beat this guy up in any situation. It's like, that guy's gonna beat me up. It's just like one of those. It's like, I guess if you have a big brother, it's like even if the younger brother's jacked or something, like, you can't beat the older brother.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just the older brother's always gonna win.
Yeah. So I got this 58-second video, and it's pretty hilarious because this dad. Like, the kid's probably, let's say, 16, and the dad seems like he's 60.
Like, this,
almost,
this guy,
and he's just
this
like
guy's
a
wearing,
redneck drunk. He's just
he's
drunk.
a redneck drunk?
Yeah,
Okay.
like,
This is going to be
watch
hilarious.
this, yeah. First, it just starts, they're jawing off at each other. They're standing face to face.
I would hurt you. I know that.
World Star.
I know I would fucking beat the holy shit out of you, punk bitch. Come on.
They ain't giving on your dick, nigga.
The son just head down, like taking it
Yeah,
all in.
the dad has like his bro hands up.
Pick it back, be a boat.
Respect me, bro. You respect me, bro.
Pick it back, be a boat.
He just has an outfit from the early '90s on too. Terrible sweater. He pushes them. Oh, here they go. They're
We'll
shaking.
start
They're
it
going
up.
It's going down.
Oh,
God.
He dropped the dad with like a slight sneeze. He went down immediately. It wasn't even close. So then he gets back up.
You don't
Yeah,
want to
it's
destroy
terrible.
his own
Oh, he's stumbling like a drunk.
He's wasted.
Yeah, this
dude.
guy's
He's-
wasted.
You heard it earlier that he's slurring his words and everything, and now he gets pissed.
Hey,
Come on, motherfucker.
Squaring up.
Come on, bitch.
Now they're on cement.
Come on,
Yeah.
come on, mother. Oh, okay.
He has no motor skills
Oh,
either.
you got nothing.
Oh!
Knocked out, head off the ceiling.
Dad! Dad!
And the video ends.
Epic ending. Dad! Dad!
That sounded a little fake at the end, the kid going dad, dad like that, but he genuinely looked like a drunk that was just trying to start a
Yeah.
fight and he got knocked the fuck
Yeah,
out badly.
basically.
Yeah. So I don't know how they would. I don't know how you live with your father after knocking him out. Yeah, it's. I got to move out after that. For me personally. If
Oh
knock
yeah,
my
I could
dad
never.
out.
Yeah, no way.
Yeah.
Mom probably made her special meatloaf the next day.
Yeah, right. The mom was trying to make everything perfect. She woke up early, did the laundry, she cleaned the house. She's like, all right, we're gonna get Johnny and Dad back together. It's gonna be okay. Just lying to herself the whole time.
Yeah.
Because you know that dude, like, if he can't beat up his kid, he's going to have to beat up his wife. Like,
Oh yeah, she's totally
you know,
next.
you got to feel like the man over someone. Like,
Yeah.
if your kid's knocking you out, you got to be knocking out your wife.
He
that
just-
might be
he
why
just
Ray
might have-
Rice had to knock out that chick, dude.
What'd you say? I'm sorry. I
Ray
totally
Rice got
trampled your
knocked out.
joke.
He got tackled at the 1 yard line, and she made fun of him for that. So
Who did?
totally justifiable. Ray Rice, dude.
Oh,
That's why
Ray
he
Rice.
fucking knocked out his girl.
Yeah. I mean, she was talking mad shit.
He was talking shit.
Yeah, she was probably like, "Oh, why didn't you score that touch goal?" And then he was like, "Bitch."
Like, listen, it's called a touchdown.
I'm from New Rochelle. New Rochelle, Westchester, Ray Rice, Hall of Fame. Let's go.
Hall of Fame in boxing.
Boxing Hall of Fame, dude.
Yeah,
Boxing Hall of
there
Fame.
we go. Yo, you heard the NFL is now banned. This isn't even a joke. They've banned Beats by Dre headphones for the field, and I thought it was for the domestic violence, but it's actually because they have a contract with Bose. Bose headphones? Is that how you say it? I don't know. But
Bose?
Yeah, Bose. So if you're a player in the NFL, you're not allowed to go out, buy Beats, and wear them on the field anymore.
Yeah.
Which is bullshit.
That is
Fucking
BS.
awesome. Less money for blacks, more money for whites. That's probably why they're doing it.
Holy crap. Oh my god.
Hey, man.
I love that just irrational rate. See, this is what also annoys me, though, because if someone was to get offended at what you just said, it's stupid because it's obviously not a fucking, you know, I don't know.
People take jokes way too seriously.
Yeah, like that's, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, dude, Apple owns Beats now, so only
They
white
do.
people are getting money. Like, Apple employs like 7 black people, and they don't work at the Genius Bar. Let's just put it that way.
Oh jeez.
He just goes on. Once you get him started, he doesn't
Yeah,
stop.
he's not gonna
the
stop.
Energizer Bunny of racism.
Basically. All right, we got a question on the WRDB website.
Where?
On the chat.
In my
dashboard. Yeah.
dashboard.
What does it say?
I don't know. What does
Up top.
Where?
No, you had it
This
before.
one? What do you think of Slick? Do you think Slick should be on Bar Rescue?
Oh, okay. Bar Rescue is like a TV show, and they redo bars. Yeah, Crank. This is like Slick is a bar in Buffalo, and Bar Rescue is like a show. It's like, I don't know.
They go and they rescue
It's
a bar
like
and
freaking like Ty
Pennington.
Pennington show.
Move that
bus for bars, basically. They actually did that at a bar on Long Island.
Ramsey.
Yeah, there was like a bar in the Huntington Village that got Bar Rescue, so we checked it out. There was no cover, which is pretty cool, so we went inside.
Wait, hold on. Slicks was on Bar Rescue?
No. The question is they're asking if Slicks should be on Bar Rescue, but I'm just giving an example of Bar Rescue because this happens to a bar on Long Island,
okay,
locally for me, and it sucked. They tried to make it like what do they call the bars back when there was Prohibition? Speakeasy.
Oh,
they tried to make it a speakeasy. You go in there, dude. It just reeked like Home Depot.
I was gonna say whites only.
Like, yeah, probably. But it reeked of Home Depot. It smelled like wood stain, and I will not forget this. And the woman, there was like a hostess, like someone like a greeting, and she's like, "Oh, what do you think of the bar?" I was like, "It smells like shit." I literally said that to her face.
Wait, they try to make this place into a legitimate speakeasy? Do
Yeah.
they have like the little slide door
Dude,
look like,
listen,
who's at the door?
you walk there, there's a bar, there's the bouncer, and then there's like a tool shed, like fake like tools, like it's supposed to be like a shed. Like it was so silly. And I go up to the bar, hey, how much is a beer? Oh, $7. I was like, I'm leaving. I said. Like, they're like, oh, please come back. I was like, hell no. Like, this place sucks.
Bunch of fake police raids, like from the 20s. Break this things up, fellas. Just hitting shit.
Yeah, there's entertainment.
Yeah.
But yes, but basically,
this is a direct
Slicks.
violation of the Volstead Act. Fucking.
What did you say?
I'm a piece of shit. Don't
Volstead Act? What is that?
That's the fucking act that outlawed alcohol. Too highbrow.
Oh,
for you
well,
fucking
yeah.
lowlife.
Sorry, my legality's a little off tonight.
Dude, you got. Like, why would they change it into an illegal bar when there's only such thing as legal bars, basically, now? Like, it would be sick if they got their liquor license revoked and then they made a speakeasy. That would be badass. That would be like living on the edge, dude. Like, oh, dude, I went to a bar where you're not allowed to drink. But they just made a bar where you can drink, a place where you pretend you can't drink. Sounds like the stupidest idea ever.
You ever watch that show, Nathan For You?
Yes, hilarious.
Did you see the episode? This show is called Nathan For You, and it's great. He comes up with this bunch of like crazy original ideas where he tries to help businesses.
Yeah, he's a business
The
consultant.
dumb
yeah.
Starbucks, he did that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So this one, he went to a liquor store and he made it. He made
Yes,
the
this
whole
is an
thing
amazing episode.
where he promos underage drinking. Like, if you're not 21, come here and we'll sell you alcohol. But the catch is, they come in, they buy the alcohol, and he's like, thanks for your purchase. We're going to hold this until you turn 21.
Yeah.
Until your 21st birthday, and there's no refund. So once they buy it, they're like, I want my money back. And it's like, all sales are final.
And so what they do is let's say you go, this kid, there's an actual video of this kid going inside. He's like 16. He bought a 40, and they got like a tag on it. He's like, oh, here's your ticket. And he's like, what is this? He's like, well, when you turn 21, you can get this. And he's like, you didn't say that. I was like, then there's a sign that says no refunds. So he just paid for this 40, and like you see the guy go put it in the back, and there's like a safe. And he has like his ticket, and he's just like, crap, I just got ripped off.
Yeah, and like the pitch is, you can tell your friends you bought alcohol, which you technically did, but you're not drinking.
And then these liquor stores can get away with selling underage alcohol to minors, underage alcohol.
Minors, alcohol.
Blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool. But to go back to Slicks, so yeah, does Slicks really need bar rescue?
No.
Let's just say this.
Listen, a college bar doesn't need a bar rescue because
No.
you go to a college bar to get as fucked up as possible and maybe fuck a chick.
Listen,
you don't go
yeah.
there for, hey, the smells of rich mahogany and leather-bound books, to quote Anchorman. You don't need to rescue a bar here, especially because Buffalo fucking sucks and is shitty.
I'll tell you,
90%
yeah.
of the places.
I'll tell you a little bit about Slicks. If you you want to see hell on earth, you go to Slicks on Thursday night. Like you walk into Slicks, and there's just a big sign that says, what happens in Slicks stays in Slicks. And when I say...
Very original.
Yeah, of course, super original. But they're not lying. I've seen some fucked up shit in Slicks, man. I've seen some crazy things, like...
Molly should have went by that motto.
Yeah,
just
right?
covered up that murder
Exactly.
thing.
Like, I've seen some crazy things in Walmart. Dude, go to Slicks on Thursday. Go to Slicks on Thursday. It's insane. But bar rescue? Nah.
Mm-mm. There's actually a bar rescue in our me and Crankyo's hometown, and a kid that was...
Which place?
You know 202, Somers 202?
Oh, really? I didn't know
That place was on bar rescue. And you know Mike Cohen's little sister, her boyfriend was in the episode, and he was the biggest douchebag in it, because it was like so rigged and obviously not a real reality show, you know? It was just... It was so scripted and everything. You got to check out the episode. But anyway, they came to our town, and they did this episode where... they rescued the bar, but everyone in the bar was not from our town, you know? Like, it was just, like,
Really?
I'm watching this, I'm like, I don't know that person, don't know anyone in
It's
here.
all staged.
Yeah, it totally staged, and they faked a fight in the bar and everything. It was
Did
just
they really?
It was
That's
so
so...
crazy. Yeah.
Dude, this is why I hate TV.
Yeah, it was so blatantly...
That's so
it's
dude.
the Chris Angel of television.
This is why I love Comedy Central so much, because like their air is about not taking anything seriously, and then you look at other things that are on the television, and they try to be real, but they don't take it seriously. Like, so that's why I just watch Comedy Central and like go with that.
Also, Comedy Central. How come it's the funniest channel? Like because it's all dedicated to comedy, but then they have like the tear-jerking dog commercial where it's like save this dog
ASPC,
because it has AIDS and it has one eye that's only good, you know. And
You want to know why?
Because I was just laughing 2 seconds
because
ago.
that commercial's hilarious. Because that commercial's hilarious.
And it just ends directed by Michael Vick.
Listen, I'll tell you this: there's that commercial on Comedy Central, the religiously on Comedy Central, the ASCP people. That commercial's always
WWF,
on there.
not the fighting.
Not the fighting.
Listen,
Wildlife Foundation's on there. You know what else is always on Comedy Central? Life Alert.
Yeah,
those commercials
are
crack
hilarious.
me
Yeah,
up.
nothing's funnier than an old person falling and not getting back up.
Comedy Central purposely buys these advertisements.
Yeah.
They purposely do it because they're fucking hilarious.
Maybe they do it because it makes the show seem really funny. Because you can get away with a shitty joke because someone's just depressed and they're like, "All right, I want to laugh real quick." So like, you get a cheap one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We should start doing that
Only
on this
thing
program.
funnier than an old person falling is an old person getting tased, dude. We fucking proved that. Case in point.
You kill your pacemaker like that.
Burdens to society getting electrified is great.
Yeah. They should start doing commercials for that. Like, do you know any old people that have been tased? Well, fucking, here's Life Alert Taser Edition. You know, like, oh, if
Bender
you
and
get
Bender
tased,
Law Firm wants to
electricity will
defend
fucking,
you.
it'll set an electric charge and it'll explode your head, you know? But,
like gluten does to your penis, it just blows it up across the room.
What is gluten?
You saw that South Park episode this week?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Oh, you missed an epic show.
If you eat gluten, your dick explodes off your body and shoots around like a blown up balloon. You know, like
it looks like a bottle rocket when it comes out of you.
I don't know if I believe that. Like, I'm not.
Dude, it was on TV. It's true.
Listen, anything that's on the television is true. Ask Fox.
Yeah. Yes. What? Where do you get your news, Cranky? Let me ask you that. You seem very highly opinionated, and you seem like you're kept up well on it. I want to know where you get your sources.
I'll just read. I don't really watch anything. I read it on the internet. So like whatever website pops up when I look up a topic, like maybe BBC News or
Big Black Cock. What does that have to do with anything?
Yeah, dude. Like that's the site I'm always on. That's my homepage. It's Big Black, Round and Brown. Anything that's black porn, gay, straight, whatever, dude. I'll watch porn. Yeah, I watch porn, but that's where I get most of my news. You know the banner ads that are on the side? So, like, I have my porn set up, so while I'm jerking off, it'll be like, check out ISIS video of fucking guy getting head chopped off. And I'm like, oh, I gotta check this out.
See,
like,
Crank has not been entirely honest because he was actually jerking off to the beheading video.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you guys don't have to put that on me because that's kind of private. I told you that in confidence.
The Gaddafi stabbing is #1 in his history tab.
Yeah, so that is, I mean, basically, fucking, I don't watch TV news because it's trash. It's just so polarizing.
Yeah.
Like, they're all pushing an agenda. They don't care about what's happening. They care about how they can make it so that their ideas get put across. So, and I don't agree with most people. I'm pretty crazy, I guess you could say.
I like your argument against the, I think it was the Boston Globe article with the ALS article, right?
Oh, yeah. Dude, like...
Give us a little backstory on that first. He has a very good argument on this, and I'd like him to
So,
share.
like the ALS, the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, how, they raised a ton of money basically for ALS, and it's a topic that, like, is close to me because my uncle has ALS, so something I support 100%. Anyone who's, doing it, I'm super happy that they're getting exposure and getting donations, but fucking Boston Globe, the douchebags that they are, they write an article saying basically that, why are people donating to ALS when, there's diseases like cancer that can be cured and more people are affected by it. So I was, I read that article and I was looking at the comments on Twitter and this guy was saying that exact thing. I was like, dude, when the Boston bombing happened, fucking no one was complaining when donations and millions of dollars were coming into the victims of the attack, even though only 2 people died and like 100 or 200 people got like serious injuries. But, now like ALS is affecting like thousands of people every year, and we're raising a little money for that topic. Like, no one's complaining about the Boston bombing. It's just Boston Globe's so two-faced. Like, they're just pushing their agenda like everyone else. Like, they were fucking first and foremost up front saying, like, donate to this website here to support the bombing families, but if something they don't care about is, getting donations, they need the donations to go where they want it.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's pushing their agenda.
I mean, maybe
Stupid.
they don't
mess
want
up.
to donate too much of it because they're from Boston and it's called Lou Gehrig's disease and they just hate the Yankees.
Yeah, it could be that. You know what? You got a good point there.
No, they should like it because it killed one of the greatest Yankees ever, dude. Like, they should be pro Lou Gehrig.
That's why they don't want Jared because it took out the Iron
Exactly.
Horse.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're totally right. I never looked at it that way. Like,
That's
they
a
just
great
are like,
point, though.
fucking-
But the Boston bombing was, if you really look at how the media chopped and screwed that, you'd think another 9/11 occurred. 3,000 people died in 9/11,
exactly.
and 2 people died in the Boston marathon. And it's Boston strong. Red Sox. The nation was all together, and then they call out ALS, where I don't know too much about it, but it doesn't just deteriorate your body, it just destroys you over rapidly, right? ALS, I think.
Yeah, it's like 2 years basically. Like, most people die within 2 years. Like,
That's
it
insane.
just makes it so you can't move or talk or breathe eventually, and then you die. And
Yeah.
it's like every year, new people get diagnosed, and like the Boston bombing happened one day. And they're like, they have the audacity to fucking say, oh, like, don't, this is hashtag activism. Like, that's exactly what fucking the Boston Strong hashtag was, dude.
Yuck.
They were 100% hashtag activists. Everyone was saying Boston Strong. I bet you 95% of the people that said Boston Strong didn't donate to the Boston.
Oh, yeah, dude, the amount of sorority
It's the
girls-
same thing
Dude.
with the ALS challenge, though. Everyone was throwing ice water on themselves to throw it on Facebook instead of like, hey, this guy's dying from a disease, so I'm going to do, it was...
Yeah, dude, the amount of sorority girls I saw on campus wearing a Boston Strong shirt after that bombing happened was ridiculous. And those same girls did the ALS bucket challenge because they wanted to be popular on Facebook. Like, come on. Like,
all about the likes.
No,
It's
yeah.
all, listen, it's all about the likes. It's all about the
agree
Instagram
that, like,
followers.
Some of the ALS stuff was just like so you could fit in with people. Like, some people were doing it, and I don't really like that. But a lot of people did donate. So
Yeah, they got like $20 million or whatever.
Yeah, no,
they
it-
did
yeah.
like
I
massively
think it was
better
like
than last year.
48 million
There
or
you
something.
go.
Like, something
That's
huge.
more than twice as much. Yeah.
Yeah, so I just think Boston Globe are idiots for doing that. They're so that's just something that like no one notices, but that happens to everything. Like, everyone's just looking out for themselves and they don't care about any
of course.
topic.
Exactly.
It's like whatever would make people read. Like, we'll write it.
The news is like it's like box office. You want the number one movie. Whatever story is going to get the most people sitting down and watching your program, so they can see the commercials and more advertising, more money. That's what they want to. It's not interesting. We'd rather see the Super Bowl than the result of the Iraq War or whatever is going on.
Literally.
It's wild.
Exactly.
But that's how our society works. So it's kind of.
That's why they covered the freaking Malaysian Airlines flight for 7 months. Like, everyone knew it was gone in the first
Still
2
not
days,
found.
probably.
And then look at that. Yeah, they covered it for so long. Hey, the store's not hot anymore. Fuck the result. I don't know. Did they find anything? I don't even know, to be honest.
They never said they found the plane.
Yeah. Well,
It's still missing.
That's insane.
Yeah, they just gave up. They're like, whatever. No one cares anymore. So
Yeah, because it's not in the
Screw
news.
those
No one
families.
cares.
Screw those families. Like,
Yeah.
they got their time to shine. They got their
Yeah.
15 minutes.
Oh, their
So-
family's missing without any excuse. Whatever. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking nuts.
Well,
It's
at least,
crazy.
At least that was on the news for a while, and we all got to see all the people crying and stuff. That was fucking awesome. That was like some primo TV, man. I would sit down with the Budweiser and the popcorn and fucking jerk off to those crying people all night.
Use their tears as lubrication.
Yeah, I wish I could collect them, and
Oh my God.
that would be a good fucking company to start up. The Tears of Sorrow Lube Company. You jerk off with people more miserable than yourself. 'Cause
Yeah.
let's face it, no one's super happy when they're jerking off.
Yeah.
Maybe for that 1 second when you come, but then you're like, fuck, man. I just wasted
Just
my
full of
teeth.
regret.
You just take the belt off
Yeah.
your neck. You're like, what am I doing?
Take the apple out of your mouth. Like, oh, was this really worth it?
Yeah, like when you just blow your load in a Kleenex, you're like, why couldn't this been a girl's face? Like, fuck.
That's disrespectful, man. You got to respect women.
What do you mean? I'm getting rid of the wrinkles. It helps them. It's a bunch of proteins and
Yeah, it's
iron
true.
or whatever.
It's actually a scientific study.
Dude, only if they sign a contract, though. Be careful.
Yeah.
about
I don't
that,
live in
man.
California.
Oh, Cali.
Just make sure when you're visiting fucking California, you're smoking all that primo dope, bruh, that you make sure that the girl says it's okay. You know, yes, you need a contract.
Does this go for men as well, though? With that law? Like, let's say
No,
a woman
I
has
guess
sex
not.
with a guy who's really, really drunk, and he wakes up and he's like, I think it was raped.
Listen, if it doesn't go for both genders, I'll be genuinely upset.
Yeah, I mean,
because that's not equality.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
It probably does, but let's be honest. Like, who is gonna what guy is gonna be like, no, I didn't say yes. Like, let's go to court.
People who are smart. People who are smart and that know they have a case.
If you were too drunk and you got with a hefty lady, you could be angry and like, hey, rape.
Dude, even then, it's pussies. It's all pink on the inside, brah.
Listen, I'm just gonna put it this way: like a wealthy guy gets blackout drunk for whatever reason. He wakes up with this chick who he doesn't even know. He looks at his credit card statement. This chick ran up the tab at the bar like. She bought took the credit card and brought
real?
shit. No, I'm just putting this is a hypothetical situation. Like this guy was literally raped, like not sexually, but by money too. Well,
What the fuck kind of situation?
But this is the case. This is a case I'm talking about, dude. I'm serious, man. Like this could happen.
I know. I don't know. It seemed like a personal account that you were just recollecting right there.
I'm not.
Bitch runs up the fucking tab, and then
yeah, that'd be crazy actually. If that actually happened to me, I would have no money in my bank account.
I'm on such a dry spell right now, dude. I fucking wish I could get raped by a chick, man. Like, I'm praying every day that I get taken advantage of. It's such a I need this.
You should just go have a confession then. They'll be willing to take advantage of you. Come out a new man. Be like, that's the best 30 minutes of my life.
Yeah, right.
Dude, that's why they have that thing where you can hide your face. Like, you're like, yeah, I don't want to see face to face. They just hit the bottom flap open and boom, you don't even. It's like anonymous.
The original glory hole.
Awesome. Yeah, dude.
All right, let's take a quick break. We'll play a song and we're gonna come back for the last couple minutes of the show.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna do Yak of the Night. We can talk about that for a while.
Yeah, we'll talk about Yik Yak
fucking insane
after this break.
All right.
Talking about California, let's play a song by the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Nice. They're pretty good.
They're definitely pretty good.
Psychic spies from China try to steal your mind's elation. And little girls from Sweden dream of silver screen quotation. And if you want these kind of dreams, it's Californication. It's the edge of the world in all of Western civilization. The sun may rise in the east, at least it's settled in a final location. It's understood that Hollywood sells Californication. Hey, El Sergeant Barrow, while to break the spell of aging. Celebrity skin, is this your chin or is that war you're waging? Firstborn unicorn, hardcore softcore. Dream of Californication. Dream of Californication. destruction leads to a very rough road, but it also breeds creation. An earthquake's out to a girl's guitar, they're just another good vibration. And tidal waves couldn't save the world from Californication. Hey, I Sergeant Barry, while the break the spell of aging. Sicker than the rest, there is no test, but this is what you're craving. Firstborn unicorn, hardcore softcore. Dream of Californication. Dream of Californication. Dream of Californication. Dream of Californication.
All right, that was the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and they're like the best band ever. All right, so Yik Yak. Yik Yak is probably one of the best apps made so far this year.
Yeah, because people have no accountability, and that's when
Yeah.
people are the most
Oh,
honest.
anonymous social media? Hell yeah! Like
Yeah.
people stink. But yeah, Yik Yak is this app.
It's also basically just a bunch of like women hating, racism, and like
Yeah.
it's a lot of the content because people just unload.
Yeah.
on
So
it.
basically, for those of you who don't know what Yik Yak is, it is basically anonymous Twitter. Like you just post what you're feeling, and it's anonymous. Like your name's not on there, and people can either like it or dislike it.
By pressing up arrow or down.
the up arrow or down arrow. Like a lot of ups means it was hilarious or offensive or whatever, or like it's people just hated your yak. They downvoted. Something I disagree with is that after -5, so like after 5 people downvote you, your yak gets deleted, which
Yeah.
I disagree with.
I think it should be as well as Butler, like the number one. What's the worst yak?
Yeah,
ever?
it's like here's a hot one, here's the worst one. Like I want to see that. I want to see what
that'd be hilarious.
crazy things that people have
Hot
said.
not
Yeah.
list, like,
hot
that'd be
not
great.
list. Yeah, that'd be hilarious. So
instead of the Uber Fact one, because Uber Fact is
Yeah.
fucking stupid and biased.
Yeah, back in the day when the show just started, the Uber Facts was actually pretty cool, but now Yik Yak is way better. So Uber Fact of the Night is going to be changed to Yak of the Night. But tonight we'll just share some of the best ones that we have. The Yak of the Night is, we have a specific one here, but we can just talk about some funny ones that we see. Craig, is yak prevalent by you?
I mean, I've used it a little bit, but I wouldn't say it's the most prevalent thing. Some people use it, some people don't.
Do all your
I've got a
yaks get
couple-
deleted?
What?
I can see all your yaks getting deleted from being very offensive to people.
Two of mine have been deleted, but I have one that got 8 upvotes and one that got 7. So I had a couple of good ones.
Dude, I got 35 ups one time. It was sick.
What was it?
Oh well, you're fucking cool. So
It was a Buff State joke because those are very popular.
Yeah.
Because here in Buffalo, if you go to UB, people just make fun of people who go to Buff State. So I said, Buff State kid gets a job. ... Hold on, I already fucked up the joke. That's my little jab with my good humor.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up my yak right now. Look at my best ones. One of my best 20. I got 20 upvotes for. I said the fact that after -5 likes on a post automatically deletes is bullshit. We should see the most hated posts. People like that a lot.
You're a man of the people.
Yeah. What else is that?
We are the people.
This is a
Ultra
this is a true thing that happened to me, and I yacked right after it. So I say, quote, "So I'm almost positive this kid was masturbating in the stall next to me when I was trying to shit. # no, I couldn't get it out." True story. Kind of really weird moment in my life.
Did he try to tap your foot on the stall and get you involved at least? Yeah,
exactly.
Be a team player. Let everyone play.
What else? Buffalo PD busted the party at the point.
Cops.
Yeah, her bus date is giving out scholarships for best Bernies. # so you think you can Bernie.
People just hate Buff State by us.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny.
Yeah. And it's also
you guys just have fucking amazing location humor. Like, I wish I had that fucking in my repertoire. I could be saying funny shit about, like, Mayapack and other local things.
Well, you know, Craig, keeping it
local
local gets you big. Fuck, I can't even talk. Why am I on the radio?
Boo, Joe, boo.
God damn it.
I don't know. Stick to Yik Yak or really fucking.
Yeah.
At least you could think those out for 20 minutes before you fucking send them off.
Yeah, before I just blurt out nonsense.
Yeah, no, the funny thing about Yik Yak is, like, we talk about, like, there's a lot of bus day jokes and stuff, but the most prevalent thing, like, this is just anonymous social media in general, people who are just mad lonely just really vent on this thing.
Yeah, it's fucking insane.
Every other post, just want someone to cuddle with. Hashtag lonely. like
do you
I've
really-
been saying, like, there's so many people who talk about their virginity on Yik Yak. It's hilarious. Like, I've been a virgin my whole life. I'm just looking for the one special girl for me. It's like, dude, like, why on Yik Yak? Go to a party or something. Like,
Yeah, and also if you get a random knock at the door like, hey, I'm inquiring about the cuddle session, it's like,
yeah,
do you really want that?
Yeah, you really want some random person
People
to be
are
like,
it's like, oh, I wish someone would cuddle with me. Where are you? Building? Floor? People are going, what are you, it's insane. I don't know. Yik Yak's gonna be like a lot of like maybe a serial killer is gonna emerge from Yik Yak, I feel like. Yeah. But yeah, what were you saying?
But yeah, no, Eric. Oh no, Crank, no, go ahead.
Around me, like, all the Yik Yaks are like, girl in my social studies class, you're fucking beautiful.
Yeah,
like, that's every other one.
It's crazy.
It's like, all right, why don't you go talk to her?
Yeah, right?
Because you're on Yik Yak. I mean, I wouldn't have the balls to talk to her either. I'm fucking half of those fucking things saying, oh, baby, I love you, girl, at my fucking office. But, I'm a pussy, so...
Why won't you just start the conversation with me?
Yeah. Here's a pretty funny yak by our GM. This is Eric Chambers' Yik Yak. This is his most popular one. It said, somebody come over to Southlake. We can cuddle up in my blankets that just came out of the dryer. I have French vanilla tea we can brew while you pick your favorite show on Netflix, and then we'll anal. And then this kid goes, well, that escalated quickly.
Just stick it right in the shitter.
Yeah, just go for it.
Nature's condom. Anal.
Basically, yeah. All right, let's go.
Nah, dude, it connects, right? Dude, if you put it in the butt deep enough, and you're getting that bitch pregnant.
I mean, if you're fucking girls in the ass, like, God, you stick to the dudes, they don't get pregnant.
Yeah.
Idiot.
Oh, true.
Doing it all wrong, Frank.
Yeah, come on, man.
My buddy one time told me to try sticking in the
like
other
we're
hole.
talking a lot about
Nah, dude, she
religion,
might
like...
be pregnant.
What'd you say, Craig?
Isn't it weird that, like, God chose a girl to get pregnant with Jesus? Like, if he really wanted to blow everyone's mind, he would have stuck it in fucking Joseph, and he would have had a baby come out of his asshole or something.
Look at this.
Like Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Oh, my God. What is
Junior.
that?
Junior. His
Yeah.
name's Junior.
Yeah, but what
He
was
gives
the movie
birth.
called?
Junior. The
Oh,
movie's
just
called
called Junior? Okay.
With Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That was probably one of the weirdest things I've ever seen in my life.
The Terminator gave birth. They couldn't have picked like a better guy where it's like
Like, they
that
had to-
guy's giving birth.
I had to pick Arnold Schwarzenegger, the most manly man in acting history. Hey, Arnold. So we have this movie plan. Like, you get pregnant. What do you think? Oh yeah, I'm down. Like, what an idiot.
Oh man.
All right, we gotta close up the show real soon. But here is the Yik Yak of the night. This was something we actually just saw before when we were prepping for the show. We were just looked at Yik Yak quick and we saw this. Here we go. I'm just gonna say it. Quote. You fucks upvote everything about Indians, blacks, and Asians, but downvote everything about Jews. Fuck kikes, you stupid hook-nosed, money-licking kikes.
Holy shit. Frank loved it.
Yeah, he loved it.
He wrote that.
He wrote that. He canned the bubble just to let everyone know about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is probably the
caught,
craziest yak I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, and that one had -4. So
yeah, at
it
-4,
almost
so we
got
just
deleted.
saw it. Got to save it. Pretty sick. But yeah, that's the craziest yak I've ever seen so far.
You will never see someone say that in public either.
No,
you know?
no
I mean,
way.
very few people, but I guarantee the author of that Yik Yak would never say that ever unless he's in a room alone. You know,
Listen,
or her.
Yeah, like you don't see this kid go up to like Lisbon and be like, call someone a porch monkey. Like you don't see that. Like, but everyone has the power of anonymous social media. That's like, oh, I can say whatever I want and I can't get in trouble. Like, boo.
Yeah, the only thing
Internet
that might
tough
be good
guys,
is it
dude.
might start conditioning people to say how they actually feel, you know?
That's
it's like,
true.
I've been saying all this crazy shit, and in class, you know, someone does something, and you're
Yeah.
just like, fuck. Fill in the racial slur blind.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. That was a showstopper right there. Oof, Jesus
Yeah, Joey
Christ.
killing
Yeah,
it
that
tonight.
was some good stuff already.
Oh,
I
wow.
like your story, man.
Yeah.
Dude, it's like, I mean,
Dripping in
why,
sarcasm.
why is Yik Yak so? Is it really big? Like, do a lot of people use that?
Yeah.
It's like very
I don't
college.
Think
It's
that
very
big around
collegey.
me.
Yeah, it's very college oriented.
Yeah.
I think if you go on
Okay.
your Yik Yak thing, you can actually view the yaks from different colleges across the nation.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like, I looked at Alabama's. Or was it Ohio
just smoked
State?
my cousin,
no,
YOLO.
Yeah, I think it was Alabama. It was like mad redneck jokes and it was like crazy. It's actually kind of funny to watch. But
watch.
Yeah, like watching your Yik Yak.
Oh,
I don't
thought
read.
you were talking about time. Fuck yeah.
Alright, we gotta close up the show. Crank, any last words?
Oh no, I gotta give a shout out to my boy Jake and my boy Scott. They fucking were bugging me about that.
Fuck yeah.
So fuck you too. You guys are pricks.
Yeah. What I want to talk. The kid's just named Jake is a friend of the show. He has this app which is pretty cool. He invented it, it's patented and everything, and he's trying to get it going. It's an app where you have a school account with a school, and you type in your student ID or whatever, and it lets you know when the bus is going to be by your house. So let's say it's raining, you don't want to wait outside. It's GPS. This bus is 3 minutes away. So now everyone, like he got a school in Long Island actually to a test market where they're going to try it for their entire school system.
That's pretty cool.
So that's pretty cool. And then
What's it called?
Yeah.
I'm not
Gulliver.
sure.
Gulliver.
Gulliver?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
it's called Gulliver.
Like Gulliver's Travels.
That's pretty cool.
Gulliver's Travels.
That
Gulliver.
shitty Jason
Yeah.
Segel movie.
Yeah.
And then this kid Scott Stangy P, my fucking boy. He's a great musician, and he's in this band called Ronald Reggae, which is hilarious
Oh
in
my
general.
gosh.
And they have a bunch of good songs. He's got to send me some. We got to play it on the show. But yeah, thanks for listening, everyone. Scott and
Crank, a pleasure to hear from you finally.
Oh yeah.
Glad
for
you
sure.
didn't
My
fall
bad about
asleep on us
week,
like
dude.
last time, but I was shaking
Yeah,
off.
dude. Yo, I'm a working man, guys. You guys can't put this pressure on me.
These times he needs to walk the streets at these hours. We're taking a lot of business out
Yeah,
of his
we
pocket
are.
right now.
All right,
Yeah,
Crank,
man.
thanks for tuning
Criminals.
in.
Yeah. Later, guys.
Peace.
All right, man. Peace. All
All
right.
right.
Well, that concludes the jam.
The
Yeah. So
no EDM here.
Shout out to the tribe and stay on.
Peace out.